Donna beat you in basketball?
Is this true, Eric?
Yeah. But is that a big deal?
Of course not. Unless Donna happens to be, you know, a girl.
What's my boy doing with the Barbie?
Money too, Jim. Everything in that account was money I saved from the household budget.
And where did that household account come from? Where? I'm saying I make the money, I bring the money home, it's my money.
What happened to men?
So for our interpersonal communication project, we decided to do a study on human emotions, how we interpret them, how we express them, and how our culture has formed these gender stereotypes and norms for expressing these emotions.
But first, let's take a look about what emotions are. An emotion is defined as an intense reaction to an event that involves interpreting the meaning of the event, becoming psychologically aroused, labeling the experience as emotional, and attempting to manage your reaction and communicating this reaction in the form of emotional displays and disclosures.
Science has shown that we have developed a set of 6 primary emotions, and men and women express these emotions the same. We both tend to smile when experiencing joy or frown when experiencing sadness. When one is angered, we tend to scowl and get red-faced. If we see someone wrinkle their nose or curl their lip, it's obvious they're disgusted.
When someone is scared or surprised, they tend to express a similar facial expression. With eyes and mouth wide open, studies show that men and women both experience the same emotions with the same intensity. The communication accommodation theory tells us that when people interact, they adjust their speech, vocal patterns, and their gestures to accommodate each other.
The theory states that we change our emotions in the way that we feel depending on who we are talking to. Now that we have a better understanding of what emotions are, let's talk a little bit about why emotions and the way we express these emotions are so important. It's very important to know that the different types of emotions and different ways of managing them. The 2 most common ways that people manage emotions after they have been triggered are by suppression and venting.
Suppression involves inhibiting thoughts, arousal, and outward behavioral displays of emotion. The inverse of suppression is venting. Venting is allowing emotions to dominate our thoughts and explosively expressing them.
Thus being said, our society has formed these emotional gender norms and stereotypes, and that's what we really are trying to focus our creative interpersonal project over. For example, if a woman was to stand up and express her mind in an aggressive way, she would be more than likely to be perceived as a bitch, whereas if a man was yelling and expressing his opinions in an aggressive way, they would just say that he's just being a guy and expressing himself.
I totally agree, Taylor, and let's not forget to mention when it comes to expressing sadness, for some reason today's society has made it seem like crying is too feminine. And when men express his emotions, they are labeled as pussies. Why is that?
I have no idea, Brennan. I was wondering the same question as well. That's why we decided to hit the Oval and ask some fellow Pittsburgh State students how they felt about these gender roles and if they were an issue in today's society.
I like to imagine myself as like a healthy combination of both, you know?
I think I have a lot of andro habits. I present very masculine, but I cry through movies and shit, so.
I mean, I'm definitely on the girly girl side. If you wanna, I like to dress up and do my makeup. But I mean, I really just think of myself as a person with certain qualities.
I think women are encouraged to be extroverted in their displays of emotion. They're encouraged to hug people and cry and care about things out loud. And men are encouraged to shut the fuck up about anything.
Through media, for the most part. Lots of confirmation of gender stereotypes through movies and like sappy chick flicks or crazy action movies. They vary and kind of separate us.
I feel like society makes it harder for men to express emotions because there's kind of like this idea that they can't express their emotions all the time, so I feel like it's harder for them.
I think they've gotten worse, but I think they've always been there.
I think there's always been some kind of gender stereotype, but not these specific ones. Just going back fashion trends, if you go back 150 years, pink was a male color. Pink was how we dressed up our children.
Honestly, I've not really thought about like how it came about. I feel like it's something that's just kind of always been there.
So as you can see, it's obvious that these gender stereotypes in our society exist. But now our question is why? To answer this question, we did a little research, and it turns out things have changed quite a lot over the years.
That's definitely true. For example, back in the day, parents dressed their children in white dresses due to the fact that they are easy to bleach. Until the age of 6 in today's society, parents would be ridiculed if they sent their 6-year-old boy to school in a white dress.
So, when did these gender rules we have created come into play? Well, after a little research over this issue, we found that in 1981, a scholar by the name of Sandra Bid created a cognitive theory to explain how individuals become gendered in society and how sex-linked characteristics are maintained and transmitted to other members of the culture.
This theory can help explain some of the processes by which gender stereotypes become so psychologically ingrained in our society. These stereotypes are starting to cause major issues in today's world because people feel like they're unable to express their emotions the way they want to in fear of being judged by our society.
Statistics show that a record-breaking number of men especially are committing suicide, and this is believed to be closely related to the stigma that men are not allowed to express their emotions, because expressing emotions is believed to be feminine and not masculine.
We believe that these gender roles are a very important issue in today's society and that people aren't talking about. We hope that our study opens people's eyes to these ridiculous rules that we have placed upon ourselves.
Thanks for watching.